They don't want none.
Hello everyone and welcome back. In today's episode, we're hitting the road. Last week, my wife Jillian and I took a trip up to the North Cascades region here in Washington State. It was our first time visiting that area, so before going, we did a bit of research, and as it turns out, things can get a bit sketchy this time of year in early November. The only road that passes through the entire Cascades area is State Route 20, also called the North Cascades Highway, fittingly. And each year, a large section of it closes after the first sort of significant snowfall and stays closed for the rest of winter. After November 1st, on most of the mountain roads, you're actually required to carry tire chains, so I ordered a set for the Subaru just in case. For this trip, I decided on shooting primarily with my Mamiya 645 Super with the 55mm f2.8 lens, which is roughly a 35mm equivalent. And I packed a variety of film stocks because I wasn't really sure what the conditions would be like. That night before we left, I was constantly checking the road via webcams online because, of course, unfortunately, there was a snow and rain mix forecasted overnight. But a final check, first thing in the morning when we woke up, everything looked promising, it appeared to be open and safe for travel, with only a few problem areas in the mountain passes. So we loaded up and got on the road early. The last few towns on the east side of the Cascades are Twisp and Winthrop. I don't really sure how to pronounce it. Both of them were full of character and charm, and I will definitely be coming back to spend some time documenting them both soon. As we got higher up into the mountains, the snow started to show up and there were hardly any other vehicles on the route. I pulled over on this first stretch here to load the camera and grab a few shots of the conditions. I decided on Kodak Portra 800. I didn't want to risk not having enough light with this sort of unpredictable weather and lack of sunshine. I also set my internal light meter to 400 to overexpose by a stop. And I did this mainly because I wanted to avoid the light meter being tricked by the snow and fog into underexposing too much. The elevation changes pretty rapidly on this route, so before we knew it, we were out of the snow and somehow surrounded by beautifully moody fall color and scenery. I took 2 photos of this waterfall. I think I find myself more drawn to the first image because of the foreground and the symmetry, even if it is a bit more of a predictable composition. On that note, I should mention that I'm going to show you all 15 of the images on this roll. I try to do that whenever I can. It's going to include the good, the bad, and the ugly. A big part of photography is experimentation and trial and error and mishaps, but with that comes successes. And I wanted to share this entire process with you and encourage you to try new things and to just have fun, because it's truly the only way that we all get better and learn over time. was curious here if I could bring back any extra detail into the image if I underexposed it quite a lot in this foggy, minimal scene, and the results are honestly really cool. I love the rich, dark silhouette and blue tones that it gave the image, even though I didn't really get any more detail back and it's not necessarily a proper exposure. It's one of my favorites on the roll because it's just so wildly different than reality.
Struggles of using an old camera. Ah! Get that peak.
Right as we were getting ready to continue our drive, the light punched through these clouds and started hitting the mountain peaks behind us.
Oh! Oh!
As promised, not hiding anything, so here's the worst shot of the roll. Not sure what I was doing here, but apparently I just didn't pull focus correctly or pull focus at all. Pretty weird, but oh well. As the day came to an end, we started to make our way towards the cabin that we had booked for the night when this incredible scene presented itself on the side of the road. I had to swoop off and pull a U-turn for this one. I couldn't pass it up. I also got gas because I felt guilty taking photos and not buying anything. So anywho, this is where I finished the roll. About an hour later, we got to our cabin and it was absolutely pouring rain. So we hunkered down and called it a night. For those of you who are curious about the process, I developed everything at home using the Cinestill 2-bath kit and scanned the images with my Sony camera and macro lens setup on a skier copy box. Then converted the negatives using Negative Lab Pro in Lightroom. I hope you enjoyed this video. I really appreciate the support and I've got more coming soon. Thanks again for watching and I will see you in the next one.